Hello guys! I hope you're doing well during these strange times we live in. I've been training as usual and slowly making gains as well, or hopefully. I'm still gaining weight slowly as I'm adding more mass to my frame and focusing on hypertrophy, my programming at the moment. And subscribe if you haven't already. You might make some gains by subscribing, who knows. My morning weight is slightly below 79 kilos and I'm moving up a weight class. I'm moving up to the 83 kilo class, so I'm getting there slowly. I finished up a new block on the Juggernaut AI programming and it's been a lot of fun this block again. Been a block of 8's and as per usual reached an overreaching week, or the so-called RPE 10 week, which makes you push yourself a little bit more than usual, and went quite well. Started the RPE 10 week with some high bar squats, and as an excuse I have to say it was an early morning workout, so I wasn't really feeling it. I felt a bit tired and sleepy. I felt my body hadn't really woken up at that time yet, but still went with 152.5 for a set of 8 to hit at RPE 10. But it might have been a little bit too much for me that day, even though I feel like I could get that on a good day, no problem. But as you might see by the video, I might have been able to grind those last two reps out if somebody pointed a gun to my head, probably. But I think it was also part mental, as I didn't really give it my 110%. But yeah, those bad workouts and good workouts, and that was maybe a bad workout. And the fatigue had also built up to that point more than I had believed, so I had actually pushed a little bit too hard the week before in some exercises, so that might have also had an impact on that. But yeah, I had some back off sets, 5 sets of 8 with 130 kilos, and those went fairly well without any problems. And then had some leg press and did some reverse hypers. And my second day of the week, I was programmed some incline bench with 5 sets of 8, 82.5 kilos. That felt really good, to be honest, and as I feel like all my pressing movements are really going up rapidly at the moment, partly due to my body weight, which is increasing. But I feel like all my pressing variations going up, so that's really a good sign. For my day 3 of my RPE 10 week, I had some deadlifts, and the top set was a set of 6 at RPE 10. And I went maybe a little bit conservative on this exercise, but I felt I had a lot of fatigue built up also from the squat from day 1, so I went with 172.5, which was a new PB by a small amount, but I felt like I could make that any day of the week, so yeah. And as you see, I might have even got another rep on those, but I'm still happy with pushing myself the way I did. And I'm using straps on all my deadlifts. Basically anything over 3 reps I'm using straps, otherwise I'm using hook grip, and I'm actually I am switching to sumo deadlifts as my comp deadlift stance. And yeah, then I had some back-offs to do after that top set, which wasn't that easy, as the deadlifts never are. And then for the next day, day 4, it was time for some spoder press RPE 10. And spoder press is my main bench variation at the moment on this programming, so that's why I'm doing RPE 10 sets with spoder press. And I went with 107.5 for a set of 8. And that was also slightly conservative. And as you see, I would say this was more like an RPE 8.5 or something like that, because I feel like I had at least one more rep with me, if not more. And as I said, all my pressing variations or movements are going up rapidly at the moment, as I feel I've put on more mass in those areas as well, with all the increased volume and all the pressing movements as well. So I'm really happy about that. Then some back-off sets with 97.5, 5 sets of 8. And as a side note, I actually had swapped the spoder press RP 10 day. I usually do my heavy spoder pressing on day 5, but I switched it to day 4 instead to be more fresh when doing those, so that might have helped. And after those heavy spoder presses, I had some halting sumo deadlifts. That is also a really nice variation for me, as I'm slowly trying to get better at sumo as well, even though I'm now in a hypertrophy block, so I'm not actually training the technique all that much, but I feel like also good for strengthening the areas you want. And the halting deadlifts are really a killer, because you bring it up to your knees and then back down and then a full rep. So 3 sets of 6, that's a lot of reps. And I had to really lower the weights for those because the fatigue built up from the hard deadlifts earlier in the week. And the last day of the week had some box squats, which I actually have been liking more and more. I feel like they really help my sumo deadlift somehow. The box squat actually mimics the starting position of the sumo deadlift, where you have to start with a little bit wider squat stance, and you start from a dead stop. You unload the weight on the box or bench, and yeah, have to really fight to get the bar moving. And those usually feel a lot harder than they are. I feel like they're helping. And I had to do 3 sets of 5 in those, with an RPE 7 to 8. My next block will be another block of 8s, so more hypertrophy blocks for me. And I'm actually not complaining, because I really enjoy this time while it lasts. And the reason I've been giving so much hypertrophy blocks is because I'm gaining weight, so it really helps with putting on some quality mass if you're doing higher volume and focusing on building more mass. So actually at the moment I'm not really focusing on getting that much stronger, but I'm focusing on putting on as much muscle as I can during this time. And then later down the road I'll be giving more strength blocks to make those new muscles stronger. And also, as I'm now changing my body composition a little bit, so then I have to learn to lift more efficiently at a little bit higher body weight, so that also takes some tweaking and some extra time to get used to. I hope you made it this far in the video, and if you have, please leave a like and let me know. I hope you enjoyed my little update, as I've been super busy lately, so this video is a little bit delayed, and I'll see you in the next video. And until then, make some gains.
Up here, we're free. bound only by frozen memories.